So hi, today we're going to talk about how to download and use media legally. Um, and this is part of our copyright unit notes. So if you go to our copyright unit, open the copyright unit notes, you'll see the section for how to use media legally. We're going to fill in these notes together from this movie. So let's get into it. The first thing we have is online piracy. And why is this important? So, online piracy is when you are downloading, streaming, or distributing, which means sharing, any type of copyrighted material. It doesn't matter if it's music, movies, TV shows, web shows, software, artwork, whatever. If it's anything that is owned and shared, copyrighted by somebody else, especially without their permission, especially if it's usually sold to make money for the creator or copyright owner. That is online piracy. So examples of this are when people are in movie theaters and they're recording with their phone or with the camera the movie so that they could post that to a website. That is online piracy. It's downloading songs or even buying songs from like Amazon or Apple, and you download them and then you share them with your friends. That is actually online piracy. It's actually going to the library and checking out DVDs and then making copies of them on your computer and then burning them into DVDs so you could give them to your friends or even sell them. Though that is online piracy. Okay, so that is against the law to do that because you're breaking the owner of that copyright. Because remember, the copyright owner gets to decide how their stuff is shared with other people, and you're not following that rule. And that is against the law. Okay, so what is illegal for this? It's sharing somebody else's copyrighted work as if you're the copyright owner. You're not. If you buy a book or if you buy a DVD or a movie or a song, you have the right to play it for personal use only or consume it for personal use only. It does not give you the right to share it. You are not the copyright owner. Getting something for free that you should be paying for is usually a big signal that you're doing something illegal. So, what are some real life examples of downloading media or streaming media illegally? So, an example of this would be filming a movie in the theater and posting a copy of it to make money off of it, or to share. Again, just sharing it with other people is illegal. Buying a DVD from Walmart or digital movie from Apple and converting it to an online site to make money off of it and share it with other people. Downloading software or music that you typically have to buy or pay a monthly service for. So, for instance, if you're using a YouTube converter tool to download like music videos as audio files, that is kind of stopping you from buying those songs or paying for a streaming service like Spotify or something like that. That is illegal. Okay. So, how could you use media legally without breaking the law? One, and remember, you only have to type in the blue things. Use a free but ad supported service. So, like Spotify's free version, YouTube's free version, those are legal because the ads that come up are helping to pay the creator or the copyright owner for you consuming and playing those things. Okay. That's the price we pay for getting stuff for free, is we have to put up with the ads. The second option is to use a paid streaming service. So there's a lot of different ones out there, like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Hulu, YouTube Red, Spotify Premium, GameFly if you want to like download or use unlimited gaming stuff. Paid streaming services, you're paying them a monthly fee to kind of consume stuff, but the company, so Spotify or Amazon or Apple, they're paying the copyright owners every time that somebody plays their stuff. So they're getting paid for people playing their stuff. The the final choice is to buy licensed media, so physical things, either like DVDs, CDs, Blu-ray discs. I know those are passe anymore. Vinyl albums, cassettes, digital. You could buy digital MP3 files from like the Amazon or Apple store, or like digital movies that would be part of your Amazon account or Apple account. Those are all legal things to do. So I do all of these things. Like I pay for a lot of streaming services. I also buy digital movies and music because I like to own stuff and play them offline. So those are all legal things you could do. If you're going to websites through a VPN, or you're going to some shady website to watch movies without having to pay for the movies, that is illegal. Okay? So it's just against the law. That's online piracy. So what are the consequences for online piracy? There's two types. One, there's criminal penalties because you're breaking the law. When you break the law over the internet, you're crossing state lines. So the consequences are going to be bigger because you're breaking federal laws than not just local or city or state laws. So it could be up to 5 years in prison and up to $250,000 in fines because you're doing something illegal. And generally, law enforcement is going to go after people who are the sharers. So they're the ones posting stuff to like illegal streaming platforms versus the people who are consuming them. So, but I would still caution against it. In fact, a lot of the streaming, these shady streaming services are pirate websites. If you are consuming stuff, you're at higher risk to get a virus, a computer virus, or a spyware, or other kind of attacks that make your computer and your information vulnerable. The second type of consequence are civil penalties, which means that you could be sued by the copyright owner of whatever you have basically pirated. So that could be into the thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. That, depending on how the court case goes, you have to pay for a lawyer, and there's going to be legal fees for the court cost. And it could be as small as $750 for every song or movie that you have shared illegally or consumed illegally. And I actually have a story about this. We had actually a student several years ago who actually just told me, like, first week of school, oh yeah, the FBI came to our door and found out I was like posting videos to this pirate website, and he was basically busted and had to go to court, and actually ended up paying several thousands of dollars because he had broken the law. He was only 13, so yes, you could get arrested for these things. Everything you do online is traceable. So you're putting yourself at risk by doing kind of shady things like this online. And if you're not sure, if you're paying for a service, like a legit service like Netflix or Hulu or YouTube Red or Apple Music or Apple Movies, whatever, those are all legal ways to stream media. Okay, going to some unheard of website is not really a good option, even though it's free. And just because you can doesn't mean it's legal and that you won't get into trouble. Okay, so those are the last things in this part of the unit. So go through the movie, make sure you have filled in all the blue things on your notes, and we're going to continue with the next section of the notes next time.